I've seen a lot of stuff at the boat ramps, but what happens at Blackpoint seems to be like above and beyond the like why is Blackpoint? Because like you can see even now that you've got so many copycatters, just the content or the supply of entertainment that happens, it's not near some of the stuff that I've seen on, and I've got some examples we'll talk about, but like it's not near what you see at Blackpoint.
Okay, so what you're saying, I don't know, and I'll tell you why I don't know. I've never ever watched a video of any of my competitors.
Oh,
ever.
Well, no, I'm saying just going to other boat ramps though.
Well, but I'm saying I wouldn't know. Like,
really,
I don't really watch people that do what I do, at all, and I don't want to get any influence from anybody because I'm extremely authentic with me. Like, if you see me use terms like pole of faith or chicho, or
whiskey
throttle, these are all terms that I've used growing up. So in my end, I don't want to be influenced by anybody's mannerisms, style, or anything.
But outside of that, I mean, like, I've seen the stuff like the regular, the truck goes in the water, that kind of stuff. Like that's
I'll see that like on Instagram.
Yeah, on anywhere.
And they share stuff to me all the time.
But even outside of that, like some of the things, like what was the one? They got the wrecker truck, and they got the boat on the trailer backwards on the wrecker truck, and they're trying to like lower it down. What's going on here?
So that
you don't see that at another boat ramp.
So
this is a Blackpoint thing.
So there's a funny video that I have on my channel that I'm all giddy and excited, and everybody, there's a guy that comes in, and for those who don't know, there was a local guy, firefighter, that I actually met one day. Randomly, he told me, "Hey, I'm the guy who filmed the wrecker going in with the boat backwards, and it sunk the boat, and it became a giant mess." Right? So one day I'm filming at the boat ramp, and I'm live. I go live on my channel.
Yeah.
And I see this wrecker coming back. All of a sudden, same scenario. So in my mind, I'm looking at this video. I'm like, this is the one. I've been waiting. So I'm giddy and I'm talking this and that. And then, ultimately in the end, they were successful.
Yeah.
They didn't have all the problems that the other person had. So then my comment section just went crazy, which for us as creators is great because it just puts more engagement and makes the video go more viral.
Right.
So, and I welcome people say good, bad, I don't care. As long as it's not malicious.
Yeah.
If it's not malicious that it's going to hurt me or my family, I can care less. And if I want to block them, I could. Like we can hide your comments, but I like people to be free and say good and bad. I want to hear that.
I'm that opinion too. I don't, as long as you're not being like super hateful or vulgar or something like that. Yeah. I mean, this is America. Did you do what you want?
That's right.
I want my freedoms, and therefore I think you should get to do whatever you want to do.
Amen.
Because I want to do what I want to do.
That's
so
right.
it's like,
100%.
and I see that same thing on the socials. Like, yeah, sure. You're not going to agree with everybody, and who are you to police the world anyway? So it's like, I'm with you on that.
I think there's nothing better than having a voice, right? And I'd rather you say something bad than not say anything at all.
Yeah.
Right? To me, your engagement is worse than, because you see, I can work with somebody that doesn't get me, right?
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, why does this guy say bro every other thing? And I'm in Miami. It's a thing that we say and do down here, right? So it's just a little different. Like you were in the Keys at some point.
Oh yeah, I spent over a decade in the Keys.
Okay. People from the Keys, they're really laid back.
Yeah. Everything's slow.
Yeah, everything is slow.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh boy. I'm right now I'm like, I gotta tone it down a little. I might be going too fast for Aaron. But then you moved up north right now. That's where you're at now.
Yeah, I'm up in Sebastian now, yeah.
Okay, so you're up north. So I can understand that because like when I go to New York or I go to these big cities, they drive me crazy because I'm like, Miami's fast, but it's not New York fast.
Right.
I go to New York and I'm like stressed out. The taxi driver, are you gonna get in the car or what, man? Bro, I don't have all day. I'm like, dude, I literally just touched the. I don't care. I'm like, damn, this guy just left. So based on where you're at, and the more you travel, the more you learn, right? And I just try to learn from all the people, right? Because I think there's a lot of good people. Even if I don't agree with their comment, they have good points.
Yeah.
And I've taken those points to heart. Like I'll say, okay, I'm not going to say this. And what they fail to realize is that when I do videos and I'm not trying to script anything, it's just what's coming out of my mind.
Yeah, it's live. Which
I have to have Phil to respond in my mind fast so that it's not going to bore those people.
Yeah. So they just kind of roasted you in the comments because they roast me all the time. Because the boat successfully was launched off the wrecker.
Yes.
Like,
you're such a drama queen.
Yeah, but I mean, looking at that situation, like from the get, like this is a bad idea. Like this is
okay. So let me tell you a story about that, because you know what's funny is that I've been in that spot, and now that just remembered, and you know, like when you have a boat
breakdown on the trailer,
you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
One night, you know, I was gonna go out. I was gonna launch out of Bayfront, which is in Homestead, which is further south from Blackpoint. For those that don't know, I end up getting 5 a.m. I'm like, oh, I'm excited. You know, those nights you prep the whole night before.
Yep.
You do everything. You get your leader straight. Everything is like, oh, this is
you
great.
got full gas. You're ready to go.
Yeah, you're ready to go. So I go, and I'm all of a sudden, and some guy hits me.
Oh no!
5:20 a.m. on the turnpike, and I'm going about 65. This guy's hauling ass, hits me on the back of my
trailer.
Well, he hit the skeg of my motor
through the whole
thing. All of a sudden, I lose control, but nothing bad really happened.
Yeah,
I saw the trailer got damaged, so I'm like, oh man, this is a problem, dude. You know,
5 miles to go.
First thing the guy comes up to me, goes, "Hey man, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm sorry, this and that." And this guy's thinking I'm just gonna go. Like in his mind, he's thinking,
"Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm leaving." I'm like, "No, dude, it doesn't work that way." You know, I go,
just hit my boat.
Why do you want to leave, dude? I mean, right now we just got a car accident.
Yeah,
just call, give me your insurance. You know, do this, and he goes, "I don't have insurance."
Oh no. Yeah, as soon as you start the conversation, he's already like backing up towards his vehicle.
So I'm like, this is Miami. It's 5:30. The guy didn't seem drunk, so I eliminated that out of the equation, right? And as someone who's been an entrepreneur most of my life, I've worked overnight a lot. And one of the things that's really dangerous is driving.
Oh yeah, sleepy.
Late. Yeah, it's worse. I think it's worse
than
anything.
Yeah.
Right. So truckers,
you could doze off, and
truckers, if you're out there, you're tired, just take a break. I mean, that power nap is going to help you, and I'll say that to anybody too. Long story short, he ended up. He goes, "Look, just give me your information. I got his information." So he ruined the bottom of my skeg.
Mess up the prop.
He messed up the prop. Not terrible. So I started looking at it, and I'm like, you know, those moments that you're like, I'm just gonna fight the day. And when I'm at the boat ramp, I always tell people, don't fight the day, because of my experiences.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, if the world is telling you don't do this, listen to your intuition, right?
Yeah.
It's telling you don't do it. And if it sounds louder in your mind, it says don't do it. But I was just young and stubborn. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna do it. So I call a tow truck. The tow truck ends up coming. They put the actual trailer on the tow truck. I looked at my boat and I was like, eh. I looked at the prop. It's spinning. The hub wasn't hitting. So I was like, I can knock this in the water. So I called a buddy of mine's.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a welder. And I said, hey, Lewis, if I go and drop off my trailer at Blackpoint, I just got into an accident. You think you can fix it before 5? So literally, I said, hey, drop the actual trailer in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna float off. Pull this out. Park it right here. I call my friend. I'm in the water. I go back and forth. I shifted in gear. I'm like, we're ready to go, baby. So I left it there.
Yeah.
My friend is going to town on the trailer while I'm going open ocean, just looking for tuna at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy because I'm not having any issues, and I've had such big issues that morning.
Right.
And then every time you're on the water, it's like it's better than doing anything else, right? A bad day on the water is better than working.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
100%. Right? So I end up getting hit by a nice wahoo.
Oh, I love wahoo.
I was like, yeah, let's effing go. So I fought this wahoo, and I ended up catching a wahoo.
Sashimi right there.
Gaffed it. Far as hell. I mean, I'm far. I'm like 2,000 feet of water at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I was like, this is it. This is what the day, like I had a moment of adversity. I fought it. And at this moment, I was successful.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't listen to my conscience that day, and it worked out better.
Yeah.
The next time I had something happen like that, I was on a helicopter going to Jackson because
Memorial.
I didn't listen to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm airlifted, with all my things, riding an ATV, which is another story. But the point is that sometimes it's better just to listen to your conscience and say, today's not the day. Let me just go ahead and when I see that at the boat ramp, I say it, right?
I think I tell a lot of people that you need to learn to love the process, and like as you're doing stuff, and because everybody's I got this goal in mind. I'm going to go for this goal. I'm going to go for this goal. I'm going to go for this goal. And then they spend all this time to get to the goal, and then once it's done, it's like, oh, well, that's it. It's like you just spent a year on something, or 2 days, a week, whatever.
Yeah.
Learn to enjoy that whole thing. It's part of the boating in general, because some of the other ones, like, I probably won't be able to explain some of them if you remember them. Like
you've done a bunch of cool stuff on your channel.
Oh, well, I've done, I have, but some of the boat ramp things that I've seen from you at Blackpoint, I think my favorite though, my favorite is the guy. He's in like, I don't know, like a bay liner or something, like this old bay liner or something. He's up in the top of the boat.
The Crusher.
Is that what it is?
That's the Crusher. You got to type in the Crusher on YouTube. The Crusher Blackpoint. That's
that guy.
Yes.
It's so funny, and because of your commentary, that's what did it. Because like when he pulls up, you're like, oh no, he's at a disadvantage, guys. He's at a disadvantage. Yeah. This guy pulls up to the ramp or the boat, and then just like.
And he crushed some poor soul. Both the cowlings on the guy. And then he starts fighting with the guy after he just crushed his boat. He's like,
yeah, he
why were you in my way?
Got it stuck in gear and drove right into the boat ahead of him. Crushed his cowlings all up. Like, I wouldn't be able to hold it together. You held it together because you're like, oh shoot, I told you he was at a disadvantage, guys. He's like,
well listen. When you're got so many hours of looking at scenarios, right? It's like a parent, right?
Yeah,
you know what your kids are going to do before they do it, and you're like, all right, let me block this here because I know they're going to do this, and I'm not dealing with that. Yeah, I'm ready to prevent this. I see scenarios happening beforehand just by people's body language, right? How they're dominating the boat, how I see how their approach is, right?
Open the tower, like, the music's loud.
So all of a sudden, my trademark word is like, wait for it. And then sure enough, I say that because I already kind of assumed that there's going to be something that's going to happen, right?
Yep.
And then sure enough, some crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching the channel the last couple of days. I was at the boat ramp and stuff just got crazy. Like,
really?
Yeah, there was a lady captain, and I'm here like just
Just recording on his
I'm
hand.
recording, and I'm like, hey, you know, a lot of times, and it's true, a lot of the times the female captains are, you know, less problematic.
Yeah.
Because they're lighter on the throttle, and you know, these guys there was two guys on the side of the boat's leaning one side. Long story short, she whiskey throttles. Guy falls off the boat, hits the dock.
Oh no.
Oh yes, we want that, right? Oh yeah, I mean, we don't want it, but if it's gonna happen, we might as well get it on camera, right? Like that's what I always.
Hey there, sorry to take you away from the video, but real quick, did you know that on average a boat owner will spend between $1,000 and $5,000 a year just on servicing their engine? And you could actually pocket and save a lot of that money if you would just do the service yourself. It might seem like a daunting task, but I guarantee you virtually everyone can do it with our guidance and the Boaters program. This is just one skill that you could learn inside the program, because we have hundreds of other videos teaching you all kinds of boating skills, as well as a weekly live stream where we have questions and answers with me, as well as a chat feature where you can send videos and pictures, ask all kinds of questions, or look for some advice or some guidance on a project that you're doing on your boat. You can join the program by hitting the first link in the description, clicking join, or visiting bornagainboating.com. Now back to the video.